So what are you going to do when you graduate? I remember the man on the train asking me that question like it was yesterday. I was 21 years old, an English major, and everyone around me knew exactly what they were going to do after graduation. Teachers, pharmacists, accountants. Up until that point, I was just trying to figure out of the list of expected options, what I should be doing. Because I was never the kid who knew what she wanted to do when she grew up. He looked at me with this really kind face, and he said, "What are you good at? What do you love?" Well, no one had asked me that before. I was getting a lot of what you wanted to be, but never those questions. That felt easier. It felt kinder. It felt like a place out of curiosity and joy, something that I could imagine, not what was expected. So I thought about it, and I remember thinking, I think I know the answer to that. That question gave me permission. It gave me permission to not think of what the next step was, that I needed to figure it out. Maybe I needed to take a step back. I want you to think about those moments on that train. I was thinking about what was next. And so I said to him, I knew the answer. I blurted it out. "I'm a really great waitress." So he looked at me and he said, "So be a great waitress. Be the best waitress in your restaurant. Be the best waitress in New York, in the country. If you follow that feeling, money will always find you." And he was right. So I took it like a roadmap. Okay, I'll follow that feeling. And every single stop along my journey started right there. Waitress. Then it was restaurant manager. Then I followed a boy up into culinary school that wound up being my husband. Then catering assistant, and catering manager, and banquet manager, and wedding sales manager, and director of sales. And now I get to help the best caterers and the best wedding venues across the country. It all started with one step, and I would love to share with you how you could find the life you imagine. Step one was live in your zone of genius. Psychologist Dr. Gay Hendricks coined that term in his book, The Big Leap. He said the zone of genius is where you are operating at your full potential, what you're good at, what you love. What that man asked me on the train, there's a name for that. And when I answered, "I am a really great waitress," guess what? It was the truth. I was great at that. I want you to think about it. What are you great at? What do you love? What's your zone of genius? If someone to ask you that right now, what would rise to the top? What would you blurt out? Gay Hendricks also talks about 3 other zones that you can operate in. 1, the zone of incompetence. You're not good at it. You don't like it. Someone else should be doing it. The zone of competence, you're okay at it, but a lot of people could be doing that same thing. It does not light you up. The zone of excellence, that's the scary part. You get into that zone, you're making money, you're getting compliments, but guess what? The longer you do it, the harder it is to keep your energy up because it drains you. It's the kind of spot when someone says, "How's work?" And you say, same old, same old. That same old is very different than your zone of genius. That energy that'll keep you going because you are lit up inside. It does not necessarily have to be a job. For me, it was a feeling. The feeling that I felt helping people, going to client, and having to change our conversations to suit their needs. In my family, food is love. And so when I was working around food, I felt the presence of that love. Competition, getting 100 on a secret shopper report or winning a sales contest. You could keep asking yourself those 2 questions also, because when you come into the fork in the road of when you have to make a decision, it'll keep you on that path. Step 2 to finding your way also, and that's be a people collector, because you can't do this by yourself. You got to surround yourself with the right people. And there's a little bit of a secret to this. It's a little bit less about surrounding yourself with the right people and a little more about being the kind of person other people want to collect. And the key to that is clocking the details. My dad was a master at this. In the 1950s, he started working at a gas station in Jamaica, Queens, as a mechanic. And then he became a mechanic for the Army. After he was a mechanic into the 1960s, he got a job as a roadman, going from mechanic shop to mechanic shop around Long Island. And his job was to get accounts and sell them automobile parts. He would go into the shop, and he would talk to these mechanics, and he knew them. He knew their life. He knew how hard they were working for their families. After he and my mom got married, he asked, "Can you build an index card filing system for my center console?" And he would go into Hempstead Auto Body, and he would get the order, and he would come back to the truck and take out Joe's index card and write on it, May 5th, 1970. Joe's daughter is sick. Remember to ask how she's doing the next time I visit. He wrote details like that on those index cards for 18 years. And then he had his own fork in the road, where he became a sales manager and had his own team of people. Guess what happened? He did not teach them how to be salespeople. He taught them how to be people collectors. And he grew his department to become the #1 Chrysler automobile dealership in the United States. He has a legacy at Mopar International, where they still teach his methods on people collecting today. If you were to ask him, he would say that he's just a retired sales manager. And he'd be very humble to say that this is not just a feel-good story. It's actually science. Dr. Robert Cialdini, he coined this phrase in his book of influence, the reciprocity principle. It means when you give something to someone, they automatically feel inclined to give back to you. In 2020, I received the unexpected gift of reciprocity. The pandemic leveled the wedding and events industry. Across the country, director of sales were sitting with their heads in their hands, devastated that they were going to have to deliver the worst news of their career. I was one of them. And so, as the director of sales myself, sometimes I spent years, months, making wedding plans with couples. And then, one by one, 660 times, I had to pick up the phone and say, "Your wedding can't happen." All this time, I spent my career people collecting. And in this phase of my life, I was breaking hearts, feeling heartbroken. But then something amazing happened. I started collecting more people. You see, I would start writing these scripts. A salesperson wouldn't know what to say on the phone, and I would say, "Okay, try this." I would write a script for how to explain socially distant dance floors, or how to give a refund. And then I would share them to my friends who were these sales directors around the country. And then the rules would change, and I would rewrite them and share them again. And then rewrite them and then share them again. And then the dust settled. And then instead of crisis management, these friends said to me, "I need some help rebuilding my team. Will you come and help me?" And in the time that I thought that I lost everything, something beautiful was born. Because friends, when you give, I promise you get. There is one other thing that I want you to consider. Just important as collecting people, and just important as living in your zone of genius and having your roadmap, it's choosing your words with intention. Hanging in my office is a sign from the Persian poet Hafiz. It reads, "The words you speak become the house you live in." We are building our house every single day. And our words are either creating a cage of limitations or a world of possibilities? What kind of house are you building? Because the words that you choose are important. There's this amazing thing inside your brain. It's called the reticular activating system. And inside, it is like a network in your brain that sorts what's important to you. Your RAS works with you throughout your whole entire day. It goes with you and says, okay, this is important, this is not. This is important, this is not, based upon what you're thinking about. Dr. Gail Matthews at Dominican University did a study that says you are 42% more likely to accomplish your goals if you write them down. If we know that, why would we not do it? Because what happens is you write them down and it signals to your brain, this matters in here, and it goes out and starts pointing out the evidence to make you right. It's like your own super smart treasure map. I had an idea this past Thanksgiving, knowing that. This is my very intimate family of 42 Italians. We always go around the table and we say what we're thankful for. And this Thanksgiving, I had an idea. I wanted to say, okay, what we're going to do, here are these Post-it notes, and I want you to write on them what you want to be thankful for next Thanksgiving. And they wrote all of these amazing things that they were manifesting for the upcoming year. What they wanted to do, what they wanted to experience, who they wanted to become. My mom wrote, I want to be grateful for being here with the man of my dreams. This June, my parents will be married 58 years. My 10-year-old wrote, I want to be a starter in soccer. And then it was my turn. Just a few days earlier, I got a text saying that I was being considered for a TEDx talk. And I thought to myself immediately, absolutely not. It's too scary. I'm not doing it. No, thank you. And I was sitting at the table and I was telling my niece this story, and she said, Aunt Margaret, that's not how we talk to ourselves. Touché. So I took my Post-it note and I said, you're absolutely right. The words we speak do become the house we live in. And I said that I am grateful for the TEDx talk that I rock. And I picked up my phone and I text my dear friend, who is our MC and host today, Dr. Clint Michael Renaud, that I collected 25 years ago studying abroad in London. And I wrote, I'm in. So here I am, a girl who never knew what she wanted to be when she grew up, giving a TED Talk that I imagined in a house I built with my own words. What kind of house are you building? Are you speaking about yourself in a way that builds walls or open doors? Are you designing where you want to go with what you say? Are your words keeping you from it? It's your choice. Right now, you're standing on the threshold of two houses. One is built from hesitation, self-doubt, and waiting for the right time, and the other one is built from the words you speak, the people you collect, and the belief that the life you imagine is already waiting for you. The question is, which one are you going to step into? Live in your zone of genius. Collect the people who move you forward, and choose your words with intention, because the life that you imagine, it's closer than you think. Thank you.